So first thing I want to do today is solve polynomial equations. It seems like if we're solving a polynomial equation, we ought to be able to factor, right?
True.
So I taught you a whole bunch of shortcuts last week about how to factor, right? Which one of those would we use for this one?
The factor by grouping.
Factor by grouping we can only do if there's four terms.
Greatest common factor.
Is there a greatest common factor?
No.
No? Okay.
It's the x does not.
So none of the shortcuts I taught you that last week will work for this. Okay? So, like, what do we do now? That's what we have to figure out. Okay? We'll address that in just a second. First thing I need to address is a couple things. All right? The fundamental theorem of algebra we need to talk about first. Does that seem like it would be important?
Maybe
The
just
fundamental theorem of algebra. Okay? In order for us to solve, or while we're solving, we kind of need to know how many answers we should be getting, right? As our solutions. I need you to know the fundamental theorem of algebra says whatever the highest exponent is, that's how many solutions we should get. Now we, you guys and us, we may not always get 5 solutions because we're not to the point where we can find all the solutions yet, and we won't be till later. But this will tell us how many there are, real or otherwise. Again, that's something for foreshadowing for another day. Okay? But today, in all the stuff we're going to do, that's going to tell us how many solutions we're going to get, because the problems I'm creating or that I'm giving you have that many solutions. Okay? I'm not giving you the ones that we will struggle with. Okay? So fundamental theorem says the highest exponent will tell us how many solutions there are. Now, that has a name. The highest exponent is called the degree. Okay? The degree means the highest exponent. I'll write that. Highest exponent. And if this is not in order when we get it, we should really put it in order. What do you think I mean by in order?
From highest exponent to
Highest exponent to lowest exponent, or the constant, right? Okay? So that brings us to our next thing. When we're trying to figure out how many solutions there are, right now, there's infinite possibilities. Right? You want to just guess from infinity? No, it would take a while. In fact, infinity. Right? Actually, not infinity, because once we found 5, we could stop. But if we have infinity to choose from, that's tough. What if I could pare that number down for you a little bit? Would you like that? Okay. So first thing we need to do today is figure out how to find all the possible solutions. Okay? To figure out how to find all the possible solutions, we need to take all of the factors of the constant, so the number at the end, right, the number without the variable, and we need to divide it by all the factors of the leading coefficient. What do you think I mean by leading coefficient?
the number in front of the biggest exponent.
The number in front of the biggest exponent. That's a great way to say that. Okay? Now, if it's an order, it should literally be the leading one, the one at the front, right? If not, I'm going to probably want to get it in order, and it'll still be at the front. But if for some reason I don't get it in order, it is the coefficient in front of the variable with the degree on it, right? The highest exponent. So in this particular problem, what are all the factors of 24?
12 and 2, 24 and 1, 6.
Okay, 12 and 2, 24 and 1, 6 and 4? Is that it?
8 and 3.
8 and 3? So that's my work, right? That's not my actual answer yet. That's just kind of like me scribbling down some stuff because I was just writing down what you guys said. I want it to be a little bit more organized than that. And I also need you to think about this. 1 and 24, right? 24 and 1, I heard you say. But what about negative 24 and negative 1? Would that work?
Yes.
So I have to take into account both the positive and the negative, don't I? So here's how I want to write it. Plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3, plus or minus 4, plus or minus 6, plus or minus 8, plus or minus 12, and plus or minus 24. I just took all those numbers that we came up with and put them in order. So those are all the factors of the constant of 24, right? But I have to divide it by all the factors of the leading coefficient. And in this particular problem, the leading coefficient is 1. So like that?
Plus or minus 1.
Why do you think I have to take into account the plus or minus of the 1?
Because negative 1 times negative 1 is still 1.
Okay. Also think about if I have a negative 1 and a positive 24, wouldn't I need a negative 1 to get myself to the 24? Yeah? Okay. So I need to do the division. What is all the numbers in the top divided by positive 1? Okay, so plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3, plus or minus 4, plus or minus 6, plus or minus 8, plus or minus 12, plus or minus 24. What are all the numbers in the top divided by negative 1? Don't I already have them all? Exactly. I already have the positive and the negative, right? If I divide positive 1 by negative 1, that's negative 1, but I already have it. If I divide negative 1 by negative 1, it's positive 1, but I already have it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if I ask you for all possible solutions, you have this many. How many numbers is that?
7.
16, right? Because you have the positive and the negative. And while 16 is kind of a larger number of numbers to have to choose from if we're trying to find the solution, isn't that a little bit less than infinity?
Yes.
Right? You okay with that? So if I ask for all possible solutions, you give me this and you're done. I haven't asked for the solutions yet, right? I've just asked for the possible solutions. So make sure you're reading directions on these problems. Does that make sense? Okay. What if this was the problem? X to the third minus 6x squared plus 5x plus 18 equals 0. I need all the factors of the constant divided by the factors of leading coefficient. So what are all the factors of 18? 1 and 18. 2 and 9. And what?
3 and 6.
3 and 6. Okay, so did you see how I did it? I did it a little different than last time. Last time I wrote them over here and then I wrote them in a nice neat line. This time I was like, I'll just write them in the line to begin with, but look what happened. My spacing is weird. You're going to be okay with that?
No.
Okay, I need you to get over it if you're not, okay, because it's fine. Because I still have to do the division, right? All the factors of the leading coefficient are just 1. So I just get 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18, right? And that's a nice looking list. Does that make sense? Because all I asked you for was all the possible solutions, right? Okay. What about this one? So what are all the factors of 9?
1 and 9. 3 and 3.
Do I need to write 3 twice? No. Okay, so I have plus or minus 1, plus or minus 3, plus or minus 9. That's it, okay. All divided by what?
3.
Ooh. What are all the factors of 3? 1 and 3. So what are all the factors in the numerator divided by 1? Just itself, right? So 1, 3, and 9 again. So what about, then I have to do all the factors in the numerator divided by 3, don't I? So what's 1 divided by 3? 1/3. What about 3 divided by 3? Oh, I already have that. And then 9 divided by 3?
3.
Okay, I already have that too.
Wait.
Mhm.
Kingston,
What's
I'm
up?
confused on that process that you just did.
Okay, so I took everything, I just did these one at a time, right? I took everything in the numerator and divided it by 1. And what I got was everything in the numerator. And then I have to do everything in the numerator divided by 3. So I want one at a time. 1 divided by 3 is 1/3. 3 divided by 3 is 1, but I already have that, so I don't need to write it again. And then 9 divided by 3 is 3, but I already have that, so I don't need to write it again. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Go ahead, ask me. You're good.
Will you always keep the numbers in the numerator for your answer?
Yeah, because I'm always going to divide them by 1, right? And that's going to give me all the numbers in the numerator.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
You always have the number 1.
Yes. Yep. That's a good question. I'll always have the number 1 in the bottom because 1 is always going to be a factor of whatever number that is, isn't it? Okay. All right. Okay so far?
Yes.
So what if I ask you to find all the solutions? Okay. Now, so that my vocabulary is right, I'm asking for all real solutions. You don't have to care about that right now. Okay, not till later, but for right now, that needs to be the instructions. Okay. So what do you think we do first? In order to find the real solutions, don't I have to know the possible solutions? Okay, so what are all the factors of 12?
1, 12, 2, and 6, 3, and 4.
Correct? All divided by 1, right? All the factors of the first term, the leading coefficient. So I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Yep. Do you see where all that came from?
Yes.
Yeah, because that's exactly all I did on the first couple steps is just that. I'm just not done this time, right? I have more steps to go this time. So these numbers right here are all possible solutions, right? So L, okay. That looks weird. Sorry about that. All right. Is it okay if I start with 1? Okay, 1. 1, -3, -4, 12.
Are we going to do that with every single one?
Oh, do I need to do it with every single one?
All real numbers.
Until I find
Until you find 3.
3 of them, right? Until I find 3 of them. And if you'll watch, I'll even show you a shortcut.
Wait, what happened to the 2?
What happened to what 2?
Oh,
No, it's
never
the
mind.
original.
Okay, you ready? So bring down the 1, multiply, combine, multiply, combine, multiply, combine. So what did I just figure out? Is 1 a solution?
Yes.
No, because it has a remainder.
Because it has a remainder. So 1 is not a solution.
1. 1 is not a solution.
1 is not a solution because I got a remainder.
Oh.
So I tried 1 with synthetic division into my original equation and I got a remainder that is not 0. And because my remainder is not 0, 1 is not a solution. Does that make sense? Okay, -1.
Whoa.
1, -3, -4, 12. 1, -1, -4, 4, 0, 0, 12. 2. Two, 1, negative 3, negative 4, 12. 1, 2, negative 1, negative 2, negative 6, negative 12.
Woo!
So what does that mean?
That's one of your
2 is one of my solutions. And how many am I supposed to get? 3, right? Now, do you want to keep doing synthetic division?
No.
Can you? Yes. You can do negative 2, then positive 3, then negative 3, then positive 4, negative 4. But I don't have to keep going. Once I find 3 of these that all end in 0, I'm done, right? Because I know I should have 3 solutions, correct? Okay. However, there's a shortcut. Would you like to see it?
100%.
Transfer this back into an equation for me. That's the remainder, so that's the constant. This is the x, and this is the... So this says x squared minus x minus 6. Is that an equation you could easily factor?
Yes.
Would you do so, please? So AC is negative 6, B is negative 1. Negative 3 and positive 2. Well, what are those called? Those are called factors. How do I get from my factors to my solutions? I definitely don't want to distribute because that will take it back to right here, right? What do I want to do?
Oh, make them both equal 0.
Make them both equal to 0. So if I add 3 to both sides right here, I get x equals 3. And if I subtract 2 from both sides here, I get...
X equals negative
So I'm going to come up over here. What are my solutions then?
2, negative
2, negative 2, and 3? Is that what you said? 2 from right here, because this is the one I found out with a 0 as my remainder. And these are the last 2 that I found, excuse me, when I factored and solved, right? What are my factors? We know for sure x minus 3 and x plus 2, right? X minus 3 and x plus 2. And that one goes with that one. And that one goes with that one. But what's the factor that goes with that solution? X minus 2. Got it?
It makes sense. It's just like a lot of work.
Oh, so you're just telling me you want an easier way? Oh, okay.
I'll calculate it.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, you really had no
I need a new document that is a graph.
Oh, I'm not good at working with grades.
I need a new document that's a graph. So in my graph, I need to enter this equation. I gotta zoom in so you can see the graph a little bit better. X raised to the third minus 3x squared minus 4x plus 12. And now I'm going to press enter.
Oh, so every time it crosses the x-axis, it's a solution.
Ah, good observation. Right, my solutions were 2, negative 2, and positive 3. So 2, negative 2, and positive 3.
And then for the factors, we just make it x plus
Mhm.
it's just x and then the opposite.
Yep.
Then you can control T.
So why in the world would I show you this way when I could just show you this way?
Because you want us to understand the
I
process.
do want you to understand the process. I want you to understand why it works.
And plus you forget
But
when
will it always work? So let's talk about that real quick.
oh, is that what it has?
Okay? Uh-huh. So let's do this one first.
Will.
I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see the equation a little bit better. Plus, this gives us a chance to make sure you know what I need for work. Does that make sense? Okay? So for work, I need all of the possible solutions. So the possible solutions for this problem are 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, I'm slowing down. 6, 8, 12, 24. All divided by 1, which would make all the possible solutions my numerator, right? Because everything was divided by 1. And then I need to list my factors and my solutions. So I'm going to come over here to my calculator and I'm going to enter my equation. X raised to the 4th. How many solutions should I get for this one?
4.
So if I'm looking at the graph, is it easier to see my factors or is it easier to see my solutions? Solutions. Okay, so what are my solutions for this problem? God bless you. Negative 4, negative 2, positive 1, positive 3. Right? If those are my solutions, what are my factors?
X plus 4.
X plus 4.
X plus 2.
Correct.
X minus 1.
Correct.
And X minus 3.
Perfect.
Wait, what?
Good job, guys.
So like you make it equal to 0. And so then it was
To go from a, that's exactly right. To make it to go from factor to a solution, we have to set this equal to 0. So I basically am going to get the opposite as long as there's not a multiplier in the front, right?
Well, there'd be a
Okay.
multiplier in some questions that we have.
Let's do this question. So what are my possible, oh sorry, let me let you write it down first. All right, you got it? What are all the possible solutions?
1, 2,
1, 2,
5.
5, 10,
10.
25, 50.
Okay, so far? All divided by what? 1 and 3, right? So that means I need to take everything in the numerator and divide it by 1. So 1, 2, 5, 10, 25, and 50. And then I need to take everything in the numerator and divide it by 3. So 1 divided by 3, 2 divided by 3, 5 divided by 3, 10 divided by 3, 25 divided by 3, and 50 divided by 3. Right? None of them simplified out to be something I already had on the list, right? Is that still less than infinity? Yes. Okay. So, now what?
You can
Use
use your calculator.
your calculator.
Use the calc.
So I'm going to hit tab, hit my up arrow, I'm going to clear my equation, enter my new equation, 3x raised to the third plus 4x squared minus 45x plus 50. And what I need, God bless you, are my factors and my solutions. Okay, so what are my solutions? How many am I supposed to have? 3. And how many do I have? Kind of 3, right? For sure,
They're decimals.
-5, and for sure, 2. I cannot assume where that one crosses. God bless you. I'm not really assuming where these two cross because I can do Control T and I can look at my table and see that at 2, y is 0. So I know that's an x-intercept. I can see at -5, y is 0. I can know that's an x-intercept. I can't see the other one, and it's supposed to be around here somewhere, right? Right? So here's what I need to do. -5, 3, 4, -45, and 50.
Would it be negative?
I don't think so, because it's a positive. It's okay. So bring down my 3, multiply -15, that's -11, multiply, that's 55, that's 10. Now, didn't I know it was going to be 0?
Yes.
Like I knew that, right? Because I'm still trying to find my third one, right? I know I have to have 3 and I only found 2. But here's the nice part about it. I keep going. I don't start a new one. I keep going.
I kind of accidentally did that the other way, but I just thought I was doing something wrong.
Nope, you're good. So bring down the 3, multiply, that's 6, that's -5, multiply, that's -10, and that's 0. Again, I knew that was going to happen, right? Because I knew it was a solution. So what's left right here?
3x minus 5.
3x minus 5. Isn't that a factor?
It is.
3x minus 5. And what are my other two factors while I'm at it?
Oh, this is like you said, it equals
X
0.
plus 5 and x minus 2. Now, to get my other solution, tell me again, what do I do with this factor?
Make it equal to 0.
Make it equal to 0. So, good.
Oh, it's going to be x equals 5 over 3.
So 5 over 3. Huh,
That's one
look.
more solution.
Yeah, it is. It's one of the things on my list of the possible solutions, isn't it?
And it's positive.
Any questions?
Yeah, but none that I can see.
Can you go down a little bit?
Like that way?
Oh, no.
Why are we liars?
Questions?